Welcome back. In this Python for Atmospheric Science series, we will continue by reading data from an Excel file and plot them using Basemap library. As you can see, I have created a new folder called Working Files, which contains two files, an HCDF and an Excel file. In this video, we will use the Excel file. Let's check what it contains. In our first column, there are our latitudes. In the first row, there are our longitudes. The rest are the pressure. I have called this sheet pressure. In sheet 1 I have separated latitude and longitudes, and sheet 2 we will have our pressure. In this tutorial we will use only the first sheet, pressure, and we will see all the ways we need to separate the data and use them to plot some charts. Let's continue with the Python. I'm gonna create a new Scratch file. I'm gonna call mine map underscore Excel, and I'll continue by importing our libraries. First I'm gonna import pandas as PD. If you don't already have installed pandas, you can always check my first introduction tutorial where I'll show you how you can install libraries in Python. Then I'm gonna import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and finally from mpl toolkits.basemap import basemap. Now I'm gonna create a variable called file, which will contain the directory of our Excel file. Mine is working files slash pressure. Now I'm gonna create a variable called df, in which I'm gonna store the data from the Excel file. I'm gonna use pandas pd.readExcel. It needs as inputs a directory of the Excel file. I have stored it in file, and also the sheet we're gonna use. It is the sheet name. It can be sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, etc. Our data has been stored in pressure. Let's print out df. Run our script. As you can see, we have the data of the sheet 1 called pressure of our Excel file. In the first row, which is used also as headers of every column, there are our longitudes. In the first column, they are named 0. It is our latitudes, and the rest are the pressure. Let's check how we can separate all the data, store them in variables, and use them to plot some charts using Basemap. In our print function, I'm gonna use print df dot columns so that I can see the names of each column. Let's run again. The first column called unnamed 0, the second to the last one are our longitudes, so let's get our longitudes. I'm gonna use df from index 1 to the rest, so I skip the first column. Let's run again. And now we have our longitudes. Let's create a variable called lon equals df dot columns, skipping the first one from 1 to the rest. Let's get again all the names of the columns. I need this unnamed 0. I'm gonna copy it. In our print function, I'm gonna print the unnamed 0. Let's run again. And now we have our latitudes. Let's create a variable called lat is equal to, let's copy and paste. Now we will print the whole TF. To get our pressure, we need the columns from index 1 to the rest. To get this, we're gonna have to get the names of each column. So in df, we're gonna get the names df again. Control copy, Control V. So what I'm doing here, df.columns from index 1 to the rest, I'm getting the names of every column. I'm giving this to df, so I'm getting every column, skipping the first one. Let's run the script. And now we have the pressures. Let's create a variable called pressure and giving what we have. To check if everything is correct, let's print the pressure, run again. Everything seems fine. Let's turn them to numpys. To turn them to numpy arrays, I'm gonna use 2 underscore numpy with parentheses, 2 underscore numpy, and finally 2 underscore numpy. Let's run again. Now there are all numpy arrays. I don't need this anymore. Let's plot our data. plt.contourf. First I must give the x variable, so it is the ln, then the y lat, and the pressure. Let's use plt.show. Let's run our script. Here is our map. Let's create a base map. I'm gonna copy the command from our previous script, paste it here, and draw our coastlines. Run again. Everything seems fine. Let's now adjust our base map to our coordinates. Upper right corner latitude must be lat.max. It is a numpy, so I can do this. Upper right corner longitude must be long.max. Lower left corner latitude must be lat.min. Lower left corner longitude must be long.min. Let's run again. Let's now use all the fancy stuff we learned in our previous tutorials. I'm gonna plot contour using the same data in colors equals black. I'm gonna use sim map equals Z. Let's run again. Let's make our color bar, plt dot color bar, also a title, plt dot title. I'm gonna call it pressure with capital letters. Let's run again. So here is our map using data from an Excel file. This tutorial came to an end. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.